guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am mrud and I make food related content. If you enjoy watching such videos, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Guess what I've made for breakfast? I just shot the video and guess what we have? Can you just guess by looking at it? And it looks as if I've bought this from some cafe, but I've not. I've made it by myself, and you'd be shocked listening to the calories of this entire heavy. It's extremely heavy. Can you just look at it? I don't think I can have this entire sandwich all by myself, but this entire sandwich, it is an egg sandwich and it has no egg yolks because you can actually add egg yolks, but I don't enjoy egg yolks at all. I cannot have eggs with egg yolks in there. So first I'll just explain to you what this recipe basically is. So recently there's this recipe going viral on the internet called the hot honey cheese eggs. So what that basically is, they add honey in a pan. They straight up add honey, little chili oil and cheese, and then let the mozzarella or whatever cheese they are using, let that melt. And once that melts and creates a crisp layer on the bottom, it does not create a crisp bottom initially, but then once the cheese gets bubbly, you crack open the eggs on top with the yellow. But just because I cannot have yellow, I don't enjoy the taste, and I don't think, at least in this lifetime, I'm going to ever enjoy the taste of egg yolks. But yeah, and then you crack open the eggs, and then you just sprinkle some spring onions, chili flakes, or whatever you like on top of your eggs, and some more chili oil, and done. You have this cheesy, salty, spicy, sweet hot honey chili eggs, as the name suggests. But I wanted to make a sandwich of the same viral recipe, so what I did was I completely got rid of the yellows first because I don't enjoy yellows, and then I did the same thing, but to keep it under a certain macros. This entire thing must be around 360 calories, and it's super satiating. Okay, I tried this recipe yesterday and I've already done the taste test for this recipe while I was shooting for my Instagram. And what I did was I did not added cheese and created the crust in the bottom layer. So what I did was I added some honey, some chili, and then spread it across the pan. Then I added the egg whites on top, sprinkled spring onion, and once the egg was partially cooked, I mean around 60 to 70%, not liquidy, it should be a little glossy, the surface of the egg should look glossy, you add the breads on top, and then you let the bottom cook, the bottom of the sandwich, and you flip the bread side down. And yeah, and you just fold the both the adjacent sides, and then you wrap it into a sandwich. And no, wait, and then you add the cheese. So the cheese is there in the recipe, but we're not adding it in the bottom layer because for the bottom layer to have cheese, it should be extremely generous, and I want it to be cheesy. Can you just look at the cheese oozing out of this? Can you look at this? This is the cheese. I've put around a tablespoon of processed cheese. You can use mozzarella, whatever cheese you have. So to be a balanced meal, definitely the viral recipe is not balanced. It is full of oil, and I've also made sure that I'm not putting a lot of chili oil in the recipe. So yeah, I've used a teaspoon of oil, teaspoon 1.5 teaspoon honey, and yeah, rest the recipe same. There's every ingredient from the recipe in this, so that the taste is similar to the viral recipe, and it does not has to sacrifice on taste just because it's healthy. You can have this for breakfast as well. By the way, it packs around, I have used protein bread, so because of the protein breads, I am sure the protein might have increased to maybe 10 to 12 grams, because these protein breads have 12 gram protein per serving. So I'm guessing if the eggs contributed around 10 to 15, I used 6 egg whites, by the way. It might have the entire recipe might have around 30 to 35 gram protein. Again, I'll mention the macros here. And by the way, this recipe is a part of my new series, a series that I'm going to start. I don't know when, maybe next week. So I don't know if I'll be posting this recipe this week, but in case I do, then I'll link the recipe in the description. So the series that I'm going to start from the upcoming week, I know exactly what I'm doing, but I haven't named the series. It's basically lazy protein meals. I mean, if you want to have if you want to have protein meals, but you don't want to put in a lot of effort into making your meal, then just follow my series, because I am going to make eating high protein convenient and easy and effortless. So yeah, that's about the recipe. I am also making a sneaker pudding cup. As you all know, I absolutely love sneakers, and every time I'm creating a recipe, I have to recreate around the sneaker flavor or something related to peanut, chocolate, nut butter. So I am making a sneaker pudding. And by the way, for the very first time, I'm making a recipe with stevia. I am not going to completely rely on stevia. I don't know, I'll just make the recipe, get to you. But I have tried something similar to that previously, and while I made that, I had this idea of creating this recipe that I'm going to show you now. I'll just shoot, and then I'll bring it to you, and I'll explain what exactly the recipe is and what I'm talking about. So yeah, stay tuned. Also, am I giving you a recipe? Yes, I am showing you a recipe in this video. I might make a chaap burger. Yes, we'll see that. We'll make that tomorrow, and I'll definitely share the recipe with you guys. See you guys when I show you the sneaker pudding. I'm here with my sneaker pudding, and it looks beautiful. I haven't tasted it yet because I wanted to taste test it in front of y'all. And I have to say, this is the first time I felt like I was closest to making a dessert taste similar to sneakers. Every time I made a recipe keeping sneakers as the flavor of that particular dessert, I always felt that I was not able to get that extreme sneakers flavor. But this time I think I've gotten very close to getting the sneakers flavor. Can you just look at it? Does not this look like sneakers in a cup? It does. It does. By the way, this has stevia. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is there chocolate? Oh my freaking god. This cannot be true. I got to be kidding myself. What have I made? Can you just look? Okay, how do I show you? Just look at this, okay? I don't know how to show you, but just look at this. Oh my god. I was very skeptical about the stevia, the taste of stevia in the dessert, and I thought that it will ruin the dessert. But I somehow knew how to hinder or how to mask that stevia taste. So I'll just let you know how I came up with this recipe. I was recently making a chocolate shake, like a high protein chocolate shake. I was testing a protein recipe. While I was making that, I accidentally put a lot of cocoa in the shake, and the moment I drank that shake, I felt that there was very little you know, that weird aftertaste of stevia, just because the cocoa overpowered the entire thing. And then the way that shake tasted with a lot of vanilla, not a lot, but vanilla essence in it, that also helped mask the flavors of the protein powder. If you feel that there is a certain different taste to the protein powder which we usually don't enjoy, it literally helped to mask that along with the flavors of stevia. So that's what I did. So while I made that, I thought that let me just make a pudding or like a dessert in a cup, sort of a situation where I'll make sure that the quantity of cocoa is more, the dessert is spoonable. So I added a little bit of paneer, a low-fat paneer to it to get that dessert texture. And oh freaking god, you know what? While making this, I came up with another recipe. I thought that why can we not just, it is such a spreadable consistency, but I would honestly love to have it as a dessert. Just toast two breads and just spread this over and enjoy. Sneakers on a toast kind of a situation. And make sure, if you're, I don't know when I'm posting this recipe, but whenever you make this recipe, if you're making this recipe, then make sure you're adding milk very gradually, literally a teaspoon at a time, for you to get this creamy consistency. Can you just look at this consistency? This is not like some pudding or some watery stuff. It's literally cohesive and very creamy. So for in order for you to get the texture, you need to make sure that you're adding milk very little by little. Yeah, that's it. That's the base layer. And then I just melted a piece of sugar-free dark chocolate and added little milk for it to be like a ganache kind of a situation, because already the base layer is so thick that I did not wanted the chocolate layer on top to be just melted chocolate. So I mixed some milk to make it little liquidy and just poured over it, and then poured peanut butter, crushed some peanuts on top. And with every layer, before adding every layer, you have to make sure that you're adding a slight pinch of salt, okay? Because the salty, sweet, the caramelly notes that the peanut butter is going to give, everything is going to get enhanced only if you add Snickers, only if you add salt to it. See y'all tomorrow now, because tomorrow, as I told you, that I am going to make a recipe. I still haven't decided, but I'm planning on making a burger. Yeah. Stay tuned till the end. See y'all tomorrow. I have literally finished this entire ramekin in 5 minutes. Yes, I've finished this entire thing, and I completely forgot to let you all know about the, please don't mind my hair, about the macros. You would be surprised. I actually mentioned that you'll be surprised, and then I forgot to tell you all what is the macros. So the macros for this is just 250 calories. Yeah. And it's because of stevia, and it's because of when you use low calorie sweetener, it literally makes your dessert super low calorie. And it has, are you guys ready to hear the protein this dessert has? It has, oh my god, I look so bad, but that's fine. It has 30 gram protein. Yes, this sneaker cup has 30 gram protein with just 250 calories. I'm not extremely sure, but it's around, it has to be around this. Also, it also depends on the protein powder you are using. For the protein powder I am using, it gives me like one scoop gives me around 25 gram, 23 to 25 gram protein. And then, as I mentioned, that I've added low fat paneer to it, so that is also contributing to the protein for this dessert. That way it's 30 gram protein. So yeah. Hey guys, it's the next day. As I told you guys yesterday that I am going to show you a recipe. So here we are making high protein Korean burger. Yes, we are making high protein Korean burger. I actually have soya chaap in my fridge, and recently, last week, I guess, I made this Korean burger. So we're doing the same thing for the filling, which is the Korean shredded chaap in Korean sauce. That's basically the filling. It is going to be a little similar, and I used cheese sauce in that recipe. I made a low calorie cheese sauce and I added that and some crunchy. And for some crunch, I just added some veggies or some slaw, you could say. And yeah, so we are not going to do the cheese sauce, but we are going to do the slaw. The slaw is going to be different than what it was in that recipe. So we are just doing cabbage, onion, and yogurt. So we are making a cabbage, onion, spring onion plus yogurt. So that's going to be the slaw that's going to help that spicy sweet. It is going to basically help balance the burger. So that's the sauce that I'm going to prepare. Along with that, the filling that I mentioned. By the way, if you're wondering which chaap do I use, there are really very few brands that do chaap in at least Mumbai. I don't know, because in Mumbai chaap is not as popular as in Delhi, I know. And I don't think apart from Mumbai, Delhi, or maybe Bangalore, apart from these major metropolitan city, there is chaap available. I mean, it might be, but I feel that it is a very less available source of protein or less available ingredient in general. So the chaap that I'm using, and even if it's available, it's so difficult to find good chaap. What I mean by good chaaps is that real chaaps. Basically, mostly the chaaps that we get is a mixture of a lot of oil and all-purpose flour, and it's not soy. Chaap is basically made of 100% soybeans, but we hardly get these soy chaps which is completely made of soy. But I've found this one brand. There's this one very prominent brand in India that does a lot of gourmet foods, and it also does soya chap. You might have heard of this brand called the Urban Platter. So yeah, I usually get the chaps from Urban Platter, and it's clean soya chap. It's made with 100% soy. So if you want, if the brand delivers at your place, then good. I order it from any e-commerce platform. I guess it's available on all of it. It's available on Blinkit, Zepto, and Instamart as well. So is this sponsored? No. I've been ordering a lot of them, so I know that it's available on all of them. So yeah, I'm using the chaap from Urban Platter. So that's it. Let's go. Let's make with my burger. Can you just look at this? It looks, oh my god, I have to tell y'all, it took hardly any time for me to make this burger. We're going to do the taste test now. And by the way, the last time when I made this recipe, I just dehydrated the or you can say I got the soya chop crispy and chewy on the pan, but this time I air fried it for convenience and to see if I can make it more quickly. I have to say it took me around 35 minutes, yeah, to make this entire thing. So let's do the taste test. I cannot eat the entire thing right now because I have to go to the gym, so I'll just take a bite and let you all know how it tastes. I am very sure that it is going to taste great, and I am also sure about the fact that it is going to taste different than what I made last week. So yeah, let's do the taste test and tell you all. By the way, is there any better combination than this? No. You just eat this. I was just sipping on this while I was making the recipe. Oh my god. It slaps. Am I some chef of some Korean restaurant? Clearly, I've nailed this recipe. Do I miss the cheese sauce in it? Absolutely. You know what? The bottom layer, the bottom bun could have just a tablespoon of cheese spread, and then the chaap, and then the coleslaw, and then the slaw. Oh my god, it would taste next level, but then the macros would exceed and it would no longer be as healthy this is. By the way, you can have 2 of these as per serving, and I'll let you know the brand. I think it's this no maida burger buns by the baker's dozen that you have to use in order to be under the macros. Yeah, so if you use that burger buns, if you use the urban platters soya chap, you will be under a certain macro which I'll mention along with the protein that you get from this recipe. So I'll mention both of them. That's it for this video. If you enjoyed watching this one, then please comment down and let me know what food recipes you would want to watch on this channel, what food recipes you want me to healthify, and recipes that you like generally and you would want me to recreate to a healthy or high protein version. Let me know that. Yeah, like, share, comment, subscribe, and follow me on Instagram as I post such recipes on Instagram as well every alternate day, healthy, high protein. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. See you all in the next one.